I was back again, visiting my doctor, and if anybody was looking from the outside, they would have thought that we had a love affair going on because I was going in and out of his office on a regular basis. But today he had a frustrated look on his face that said, I can't do anything for you anymore. You have to do what you need to do to get your life in order. He said, what type of flowers do you want? What kind of flowers do you want? I'm like, Doc, you trying to hit on me? I mean, really? He says, no, I need to know what type of flowers I need to send to the funeral home for you. Those words have stuck with me for years, and on my recent journey of losing 100 pounds. I saw a picture in one of my Facebook albums, 245 albums, and I was flipping through and came across this picture, and I looked at that girl and I'm like, oh my God, look at her. That is not a healthy person. I was 245 pounds. My height is 5'0", and I was just sick. I was sick, and I decided that I no longer wanted to wear a size 20W heading into a size 22W. The W for me all of a sudden meant wide load. I didn't want to be that person. 1 minute, I wasn't doing my thing. I also bumped into during my time of trying to decide to get healthy, I would do a couple of things, but I wouldn't do everything that my doctor had told me. My high blood pressure was out of control. I was not managing my diabetes. I was eating whatever I wanted. I occasionally drank some green juice and thought that that was it. But at some point, I had to make put a stake in the ground and decide that I was going to do better. Along the way, I bumped into a friend who he and his wife had just made this amazing transformation. And I said, what did you do? He said, I read this book. I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and read it. And I downloaded it onto my iPhone, and I read it once, and then I read it again, because what this guy says is true. You can do it. It's all right here. You have all the tools you need. So I put a stake in the ground, and I said by the time I turned 50 in October, I was going to be a little bit more fit, and I signed up to do the Susan G. Komen 3-day walk. That's 3 days, 20 miles a day. That's waking up 3 mornings and walking the length of Bermuda. Who decides to do that? Well, I did. Along the way, I met some good friends. Renee had come to Bermuda with the Dance Foundation, and so when I needed somewhere to stay, because I wasn't staying in nobody's tent, she said, if you finish it, I'll take you and get one of those Philly cheesesteaks that everybody talks about. The other thing that happened is that Digicel said that they would sponsor my phone service while I was there, because I would have gone bankrupt otherwise. And so I told them then I would become their walking billboard. So I walked around every other morning in my Digicel red shirt, advertising for them, getting ready to be at least a little fit for this 3-day, 20 miles. In October 2013, I actually completed the Susan G. Komen 3-day. I was never so happy to see that mile 59. And when you get in there, you're no longer tired. It's so funny. The first day you're going on adrenaline. The second day, it's pure, it's just grit. If you don't have any blisters, you're just like struggling through. That third day, though, with the promise of a cheesesteak, I knew I could do it. But I had momentum, and I knew I had to get back to Bermuda, and I couldn't relax on my laurels and say, yeah, I did 3 days, 20 miles, so what? So I joined, I hooked up with my friends. I showed up with the Walking Club of Bermuda every Sunday. I walked and I walked, and that's what I do. I kind of say, I had to overcome something that happened in 2011, which was I signed up to do the 10K in the Bermuda Marathon weekend, and I had a diabetic episode. Which the ambulance had to come to me, and they asked me if I was going to finish. I said, yes, I'm going to finish, but I did finish, but I was dead last. The other thing, so I proved to myself that I could do it. A couple of weeks ago, I finished it way ahead of a lot of people. But the other thing is that I helped someone else get through her first 10K. She had come to me and asked me, can you help me to walk? And I trained with her. Another thing I did is someone invited me to come to do a complimentary spinning class. I agreed to take 3 classes, because you're supposed to take 3 classes before you decide if you like it or not. Because things start to hurt that you can't even find where they are. So I did my 3 classes, and I got addicted. I now do 3 one-hour classes a week, and I do 1 90-day class a week. a month, 190-minute class a month. I made my 50th birthday. I also made my 51st birthday. I never thought I'd live to see 50 at the rate I was going. So that was a big milestone. Just allow 30 days, people. Give your body a chance to realize that you're serious. Take your head shots, because your face is going to be the first one to lose the weight, but don't stop there. Take your full body. Let people see what's going on in your life. There's no shortcuts. There's no magic pills. There's no magic diet. There is no need to enrich someone else's life except your own. You have it. You have it all. Excuses don't burn calories. I'm not a morning person. I don't have time. My knees hurt. I don't want to walk alone. I'm on vacation. I can't. I've used them all. You can. You actually can do it if you put your mind to it. You take that first 30 days and you let your body know that you aren't fooling yourself. You aren't playing a trick on yourself. The magic is all within you. It's been an exciting journey. I've had my ups and downs. It's very mental, but I love the new me. And I'm going to keep the new me. It's all within you. It's in your head and it's in your heart. And you have to believe in yourself. You have to wake up every morning and say you want to live, and you have to wake up every morning and say you want to move. I move 6 days a week, and I take 1 day as a rest day. So what kind of flowers do you want? That's stayed with me my entire journey. I want angel trumpets. Thank you.
Wonderful. One can change, and you've proved it. We can change, and you can change. And wonderful journey that you've taken.
Thank you.
Shari, thanks so much for your talk. You're very active on social media, and are you going to blog about this? Is this something, because your public persona and your willingness to share is very touching.
Yeah, I actually did start blogging, and I felt that it was best to start blogging after. So I've lost 87 pounds. I have 87 pounds, so I still have a little way to go, but it's easier to blog after the fact. I thought that if you're trying to do it while you're trying to lose the weight, you get discouraged. You might have, you might have some bad days. I didn't have any bad days, but you might, and then you don't do your blog, or you wait until you have something to report. I also don't get on a scale until it's time to go to the doctor. So I don't let the scale rule my head. And so it's easy now to do the blog though, because I'm practically there. So. Yeah, so check my blog out. Check my Facebook page out.
What is your Facebook page or your blog?
Just look up Shari-Lynn Pringle, and you'll find my page.
Any questions? Other questions?
So my question is, having achieved, I guess, your goal or achieved such a good feat, what's your mentality like about maintaining? Because I went through a similar process, but maintaining wasn't something I was ready for.
What I didn't have time to speak about in this 20-second thingy is that I didn't change much. I eat what I want. When people say you have to make it fit your life, well, burgers and fries fit my life. But I will half that burger and half those fries. If you go out to dinner with me, holla, you can. You will see me literally half my food. And so the best thing about that is that I know that I'm going to have a great meal for breakfast or lunch or dinner. There are no restrictions. I can't get caught up in diets and fads. And that book I mentioned actually dispels all the myths that you may have heard about eating just regular food. And what it also does is it tells you why certain fad diets allow you to think you're losing weight and think you can do it for a lifetime. You have to make whatever you're doing in your life. Walking, spinning, and eating what I want, but half portions is what I do. And no lie. And there are some people in the room have been out to dinner with me. You saw me do that the other night. Yeah.
Hi, Sherry. Hi, back here. Woo. Hey, woo! Alia, hey. Hey, you right? So, other than the prospect of an early death, what and who have been some of your biggest inspirations on your journey?
My biggest inspirations?
Yeah, are there people or things or?
My team, my spinning team, and my walking buddies. I mean, I walk at 5:45 in the morning, and I am quite happy to walk by myself, but being able to inspire other people to get up and walk with me, and then also my spinning team. I mean, you have to, I say take 30 days and do it by yourself, and then let people come in, but you cannot let other people's excuses make you stop. So I have a team in my spinning team, and I also have my walking buddies, and they don't let me stop. And then most of my friends know that my crazy eating stuff and have stopped saying things about, well, why are you halving it or whatever. So my inspiration, actually, my biggest inspiration is me, that I've been able to stick with this since January 2013. So I'm actually already in that maintenance phase. I've already done a year, and so I'm already in the maintenance phase. Did that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Can I just give a shout out to my current doctor, the beautiful Dr. Sophie Matthew. Please stand up so everybody knows that.
Sophie, do you want to say anything about losing weight?
Great job. All to Sherry. All her credit.
Okay, thank you. Our next presenter.